my plan tonight, and it's starting to get, we're starting to lose light, and I hope I can get this done some other time, but frankly it isn't going to happen this trip at any other time, I don't think. So we're going to go ahead and follow the map that Smet used to give out, which I think is kind of cool. And it tells you to start at the surveyor's house, and we turned on Calumet, which is the main road through town, and it said 4 blocks to the Laura Ingalls thing, which seems kind of an odd way to get there, but I decided to follow them and follow their directions and see where we ended up. And if it doesn't work, I'll just go over where it is. Okay, Laura Ingalls, or 4-H grounds is actually where I know we want to go. I'm gonna go up further, see if it does say Laura. Oh, it does say Laura. Wow, I would never choose to get here this way, but okay. Alright, it says 3 blocks to Laura Ingalls Wilder. We're turning in front of the library, which just got a new mural on the front. Stuck behind that is the Depot Museum, which has stuff related to the city of De Smet, and also an Arbery Sherwood exhibit, and also a Harvey Dunn one-room school. None of which I'm going to have time to do this trip, sadly enough. So we're going to continue. On the right up here, you'll see the Kingsbury County Courthouse. You can actually see it a little better than you used to, because they had a couple big trees that came down. They also have gotten some statues of veterans in front of it on one side. It's an interesting building, and that's about all you can say without going inside. I have talked about it before in one of my other trip videos. Now we're coming up here, and I knew which way they were going. I just thought it was odd to come this way. I always go the other way, but fine. All right, so we are up here. This is the museum grounds on the right. There's a parking lot and a public bathroom here on the left. And this is more of the museum, but I'm not going to go through all that today because I'm hoping I can do that tomorrow. Start your Laura Ingalls Wilder tour here. And looking at the map, number 1 is the surveyor's house. Number 2 is the city library. We're facing the wrong direction. All right, we will turn around and follow their directions. So, turning around. And turning left. Now they are sending us to number 2, which is the library, and we just stopped on the way down, but we will stop again on the way up. And I should mention, since I said that I normally wouldn't come the way I did, De Smet is a regular city grid, so you can, you know, it's okay. So you can pretty much go any way you want as long as you know where that is. Alright. Now, amazingly enough, up here, right where I told you before the library was, is Still the library and the Depot Museum. So here's the library. And they inform us reading rocks. Okay, so what's next on the list? Next on the list is 3. So we turn the corner, and Mead Hotel site and site of Wilder Brothers store are they're showing anyway the first two lots, and then the post office. So basically, according to this map, this should be the Mead Hotel site when they talk about staying at the Mead Hotel, and then the Wilder Brothers store site. Now, at one time they had, and I'll try and put a picture in, they had this whole little area with a mural and an open lot, but they have added to the grocery store, which I think is a good thing for the town. Next is the post office. And continuing along, the post office is on our map. And the 5th one is Fuller's store site, which is where the Smet Tours is now, which I don't believe is open this season, but normally that's a great place to start to find out everything that's available in Laura. Now, I always say do your own research. Don't assume people are going to just be able to hand you, this is what there is to do. The DeSmet Welcome Center, the Wilder Welcome Center of DeSmet, is as close as you're going to find to that. Okay, so on here it was 5, and that was the Fuller store. The Loftus store is, funnily enough, still where the Loftus store is, and across the street was the site of one of Pa's store buildings. Now, he had 2. One they moved into in the spring before he got their house done on the claim, and the other one catty-cornered across the street. Pa Ingalls had a lot of issues, but he was good at picking land. All right. So, next, according to our little map, we are heading to the Ingalls home, and we will turn on 3rd Street. Now, to be fair, this is a Sunday evening, so, and it's a pageant Sunday evening, so there are a lot of people who are out at the pageant. All right, I'm going to turn onto 3rd here. On the corner to your left is the Masonic Lodge in town. I have not been in here, but I think they have some really cool stuff I've heard. And that gets us onto 3rd Street. And it is not on our map, but in the corner here is Banker Ruth's house, and currently the Prairie Manor. Now we're going to continue across the street. And 1, 2, 3 down past the funeral home is Pa and Ma's house. And we are hopefully going to get a better look at them tomorrow. But for right now, that's Pa and Ma's house. Or as it's known, the 3rd Street house. All right. Now, what next? We're continuing straight, and halfway through the next house is, it says original first school building. Now actually what has happened since this map was drawn is that the building has actually been purchased by the Memorial Society and moved over to the museum grounds, ripping off the front, which I really do not think was the greatest idea, but we can discuss that later. So this is where the school was, right? Yeah, this is the school. And I honestly don't remember the house number, but I think it's this new house was the site because they moved it. All right, so now we're going on straight according to the map, and we are going down to the Catholic Church and then seeing the the Father de Smet statue. Father de Smet was a missionary among the Native Americans. He mostly did his work in Wyoming, and I'm really not sure how much we can put into the story that he came this far east, but apparently there was a story that he had camped in the area as part of his missionary work, and that's why they named the town de Smet. Now hopefully in another video, which I hopefully will be able to link to right here, we looked at the Father de Smet statue. This is also where you would turn if you were trying to get to the event center. On the far side of this park is some really gorgeous stonework, and it's kind of worth a drive by even if nothing else is. So say hello to Father de Smet. And now we're supposed to turn right and go halfway up. There's that little dog again. I hope it knows it's about its business. Okay. We're coming up, and we're going to turn on 2nd Street. And actually, I think we're going to find something that I found earlier today just going on my own. Yep. Now, you see this cement tower pillar thing right here. This, go tighter. This is actually a hitching post, and it is marking which house used to be the Loftus house. Now we're getting ready to go to the next mark on the map, which is the Congregational Church, which is going to be a couple of blocks down 2nd Street right here. Now, this is me breaking in from the future because I'm in a minute going to say that we're not going out to the cemetery, which is part of the map, because I'd just been there right before I taped this, and that I would just put a link into that video. However, between the time I shot this video and when I'm getting ready to post it, the cemetery actually got an addition of, I think they said around 7 acres. And part of that is going to be a new roadway to make it more obvious where the Ingalls graves are. So rather than put extra work in trying to make a video that I really didn't get everything I wanted for happen, I decided it would be better to redo it the next time I'm there when the new path will be in there so I won't confuse people. Here is the church I have been telling myself all this trip, why can't I get a chance to get over there? And this is the Congregational Church, the original one. It's a kind of interesting because it's built about a story up, like the sanctuary is up a full ladder level. Lots of steps to get up and down. Clearly written built pre-ADA, and the sanctuary actually has two parts. They made an extension, so the two sanctuaries form a corner, and this little part in the opening is an addition later. But it's a lovely church. This is the one Pa helped build, and I just love it. See, this is fun doing this map. Okay, so now we're supposed to turn a right here, and we're going out. Huh. Alright, well, we're going to do that. And they're taking us down to 14 again. Highway 14, as you know, is the Laura Ingalls Wilder Historic Highway. And actually, they are sending us out to the cemetery. But since we just, literally just before I started this, went out to the cemetery, I'm going to direct you to that video instead. And we're going to skip that, heading out to the pageant grounds. Now, this map is from the 70s. The Ingalls homestead was not a thing then, but there is the pageant grounds and there is the memorial site, and we're going to drive through all of them and then end our tour at the Ingalls homestead. And this has been the first time, I mean, I don't know how many years I've been coming. I don't know how many versions of this map I have, but they all had this tour with slight variations, and I just grabbed one of them because I thought it would be fun to do the actual self-guiding tour, especially because the maps they give out nowadays just sort of have a bunch of spots labeled what they are and doesn't really have a route laid out. So this is the route that they gave for years. Now we're coming along 14, going by the Cottage Inn. There's the Smet Super Deluxe, which also wasn't there when this map was created. And this campgrounds that I'm not sure if it was there or not, actually. It's been around quite a while. And we're going by the Silver Lake out overview, they call it, even though it's really not really that. And we're coming up to what they call the Smet Forest, and really I was hoping I would get to spend some time to dig into that a little bit more, because it's a great story, but I don't think we're gonna get time this trip. Alright, this is Homestead Road that we just turned on. And I'm gonna go ahead and lower my windows again. That's Rose Lane, where you turn for the pageant, and you can see the pageant is going on right now. Nope, still pre-pageant, where they wouldn't have the wagons going. Yeah. We're going by the memorial site on the left, and that's really where they were sending you for the end of the map. And I will link in my video about that. And then we're going to continue up the hill to where I'm going to end my real tour, which is at the Ingalls homestead. And I'm actually going to look around here a little bit before I head back to the hotel room for the night, and I'll see you on our next adventure.